Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and today I want to talk about a really awesome mix set that is now possible because of the addition of Raging Brachydios. If you guys have fought Raging Brachydios or Furious Rajang, they're both really cool fights, but the Raging Brachy armor brings some incredible potential to the mix set game. It allows you to max out a certain number of skills, and given the plethora of slots available, then there's quite a lot of things you can do with it. It's safe to say that with the addition of Raging Brachy, some of the meta sets have officially been shuffled around. Yeah, sure, there may be some similarities, but largely speaking, you're definitely going to want to try out some of these pieces. So, with that being said, welcome back to another episode of Chasing the Meta. Now, as a quick reminder, we kicked off this series at the end of last year, then went on holiday for Christmas, and now with the addition of these two new monsters, it's time to bring this back. Now, for those of you guys that missed the last two Chasing the Meta series, as a quick reminder, this is what this series is all about.
When you play Monster Hunter, if you've invested thousands of hours into the game and you are like that top 1% player, you probably have all the decorations you need. You can finally min-max things to get absolutely everything you need, and you can make some truly devastating sets to the point where you look at the monster and it just dies. However, for the general population, not everybody has that. Not everybody has the level 4 attack decoration, the level 4 true shot decoration, those Challenger Vitality decorations. Sometimes you just don't have it. And for a lot of people, if you showcase a perfect mix set, they simply can't make it. So the idea behind the Chasing the Meta series is to take a set that the pro players use, the top 1%, and strip it back and take a look at it and be like, what is the minimum stuff you need to get this to work? The idea is to take something that is meta, that a lot of people are using to do great damage, and strip it back and work out what is the easiest way to get there. So, now you guys are up to speed, now you know what we're talking about. Again, the main focus here is to go through and assemble the set, and then speak about the bare minimum first, the things you need to do to get the foundation in place, and then talk about what your options are moving on from there. So to start with, your armor pieces are of course the Kaiser Crown Beta Plus, the Brachydium Mail Beta Plus, the Kaiser Van Braces Beta Plus, the Kaiser Coil Beta Plus, and the Brachydium Greaves Beta Plus. You then of course want to grab your weapon of choice. Now assuming you are using this with one of the new Brachy weapons, then grab that. Great weapons. I am using this with the longsword in this situation, but honestly this is not exclusively for the longsword. You can use this with practically any weapon. Yes, of course some weapons you will lean more towards very specific skills, so if you grab say the Charge Blade or the Gun Lance, I would of course recommend different skill options, but generally speaking if you're just going raw damage, great sword, long sword, sword and shield, dual blades, you can get some mileage out of this set. Similarly, if you don't want to use the Brachy weapons, then you could of course forego some of the blast, but for the purposes of this, we're talking about a set that does great damage, has great sharpness potential, has great damage output, and of course takes advantage of the blast on these really cool looking new weapons. And then of course on top of that, the ability to now upgrade the Challenger Charm all the way up to Challenger Charm 5, which means when you look at this as a complete set, you can of course see that it is possible to get Max Agitator without a single decoration. So this is basically your foundation. If you have all these pieces in place and not a single decoration slotted in, you will have Agitator level 7, Weakness Exploit level 3, Blast Attack level 2, Critical Eye level 2, Heat Guard, and 1 point in latent power. Yes, you could of course negate the latent power and grab the, say, Gamma piece from before, the Gamma Kaiser Crown, if you want to go back to high rank pieces, but honestly, I'd rather just focus on G rank pieces, partly for the defense, and partly because, then you're not beholden to any event quests. So, this is your foundation. What do you do from there? Of course, this is the point at which things will branch for you, depending on the decorations you have. If you guys have some insane decorations, and I'm talking the ones that combine things like attack and crit boost, or peak performance and attack and peak performance and crit boost, those kind of things like that, if you have those decorations, then of course there is a lot of stuff you can do. Here's a few examples on screen from various different people in the Monster Hunter community. You can of course see these are some of the things that you can achieve with this set. But let's talk about the bare minimum. Assuming we are using Brachy weapons, then it's fair to say that maxing out Blast Attack is going to be pretty useful. So throwing in 2 additional Blast Jewels into the level 1 slots now means we have Blast Attack level 4. Pretty nice. Now, obviously, Critical Eye is the next thing to focus on, so everybody will have an Expert Jewel plus 4, allowing you to push that up to Critical Eye level 4, and given that the, remaining Expert Jewels are pretty common, it's also quite easy to throw in a few level 1 decorations and pretty much boost this up to the top. Now, on top of that, the other thing you really want to try and get is crit boost, if you can. So, again, these decorations will depend on what you've had drop. I personally have these. I don't really necessarily deem these
too hard to get, especially if you've been playing for, a long enough time, but then again, you could have just been screwed by RNG, who knows. However, throwing these in now gives you crit boost level 3. Now, if I then throw in a few additional jewels, some of these sort of, dual decorations, I'm going to throw in things that will give me additional options, things like satiated/attack, slider/attack. Now, yes, things like that aren't necessary in this situation, but I would really like to try and get some attack into this set, hit that 4-point threshold to at least get the affinity and the base attack on there. So, yes, again, if you have better decorations, you can of course fine-tune this even further, but as you can see, with all this stuff in place, you now have critical eye level 7, attack boost level 4, blast attack level 4, agitator level 7, crit boost level 3, weakness exploit level 3, and then of course those additional skills. And they're not exactly going to waste. 1 point in latent power, 1 point in fortify, because hey, we will die. 1 point in free meal, which does actually get quite a lot of use, and a little bit of affinity sliding. These are of course personal preference, and again, these will depend heavily based on what you have available. But as you can see, it is indeed very possible to stack a ton of damage potential into this thing. Now, obviously, if you wanted to play things a little safer, you could, say, sacrifice some of that and instead put in some health boost. You could put in some defense stuff. If you want to lean more towards, some of your other weapons, you can, of course, gem in things that are more relevant to you. But as you can see, as a base, these are your skills. And of course, the reason we have these particular armor pieces is because we also have the Teostra set bonus, Master's Touch. So with this, it prevents your weapon from losing sharpness during critical hits. This set has a massive amount of affinity, and provided you are striking weak spots, you're pretty much going to be getting crits all the time, so you basically won't need to sharpen too much. And of course, thanks to the 2-piece Brachy set bonus, we also have the ability to push Agitator up to level 7. So, altogether, that is a pretty potent set. Now again, as a reminder, that's your foundation. Those are the few things you need to do to get the bare minimum, and then from there, you can slot in whatever you can do to make it work for you. So, hopefully you guys found that helpful, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and again, if you have any permutations that you yourself have put together, by all means tell me in the comments down below, or join the Arekkz Gaming Discord and post them up in the mix set thread, or just join the Monster Hunter channels. Don't forget, if you guys are looking for people to hunt with, or you just want to kind of jump in, then we have channels for all the different versions of Monster Hunter, be it PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, channels for you to jump into, people to join, so hit up the Discord and get involved. But for the time being, that was your episode of Chasing the Meta. That's a look at the awesome, destructive Brachy armor set. So give it a whirl, put it together, and see how you get on. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.